What is up, my people? Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. That means what to expect live stream. This is the night of the week where, typically Monday and Tuesday, we give you guys offense and defensive breakdowns over there on the Patreon account. On Wednesday, we bring you the what to expect live stream here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, of course. All my homies over there on the YouTube account. This is free for the people. This is for all you guys. A little bit of the taste of what we do over there on the Patreon account all week long. We talk football. It's not narrative based, guys. This is evaluation based. This is what we see on tape. There's no, hidden storylines here. There's no reading behind, reading in between the lines of coach speak during a press conference or, reporting what players are saying at press conferences. It's not what we do here. That's over there on the site. That's over there on dogsdaily.com. What we do right here is all evaluation based. We look at the tape and we tell you exactly what is happening on the field because that's what really matters. What happens during the press week doesn't really win you a game. What wins you a game is what happens in between those 53 and a half yards on Saturday and this week in Jacksonville. So a couple of things just to start off about what I've noticed and observed off of watching this Florida offense. And that's what we're watching tonight. We're watching Florida's offense from a year ago against Georgia down there in Jacksonville. A couple of things that I noticed. Man, I've got a lot to say about Dan Mullen. Not all positive, okay? But you're not going to hear me crack on this dude's offense in terms of what they do schematically and how they design plays, the route schemes in which they run, and how they run them. You're not going to hear me say anything bad about what this dude does in the passing game. There's some questions I've got about what they're doing in pass protection. There's some questions that I've got about what they're doing in their run scheme. But in terms of what they do throwing the football, how they use their weapons, the dude gets it done. Okay. My questions about Dan Mullen revolve strictly around, what he does in recruiting. I think he's a pretty meddling recruiter. I think he hangs out right in the middle of the pack, guys. I mean, look, for everyone's going to hear that statement. They're like, well, Brooks, he's been recruiting in the top 10, 9, 10, 12 range since he's been there at Florida, and he's going to continue to do so. Guys, it's the University of Florida. You got to have a pulse down there to recruit in the top 10. The only guy in the last, 2 decades that hasn't recruited fairly well is Jim McElwain. And we saw how that went overall. I mean, it's just a bad experience there for the Florida Gators in that whole 4-year stretch or 3-year stretch, however long it was that he was even there. So that's throw that out. Everybody else, even Will Muschamp during his 4-year run at Florida, recruited exceptionally well. I believe he brought in a number 1 class at one point as well per 24/7 Sports. So everybody recruits well at the University of Florida, especially in times now where Miami's down, Florida State's down, all those big schools down there, not really competing in terms of national limelight and national powerhouse in terms of that. Typically, Florida has 3 really good Division I programs right now and Power 5 programs. And right now, that's not the case. So, of course, he's going to recruit fairly well. But again, I think he's a middle of the pack type of recruiter. If you took him somewhere else, and like a Kentucky, and made him do what Mark Stoops has been doing in terms of the recruiting trail, he's not going to do it so hot. Okay, he didn't at Mississippi State. They didn't recruit exceptionally well at Mississippi State. He schemed exceptionally well at Mississippi State. So that's my pitch on Mullen. I think he's a great offensive coordinator. Now, the other things in terms of being a head coach, I don't think he's very good at game management. I'm going to show you in this football game last year, he burned 2 timeouts in the first 3 drives offensively. And a lot of it was because he didn't have the correct personnel on the field. And one play, he literally had 12 men in the huddle. He broke the huddle with 12 men. That's not on anybody other than the offensive staff and the head coach. That's poor game management. Against Texas A&M this year, he burned 2 timeouts in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter in a game in which they needed every advantage coming down the stretch in that football game and lost it, okay? He went on to, say some things about it being a packed house and he wanted to pack the swamp, okay? So some of these minor coaching adjustments that you have to make, it's not all about just scheming up offenses and doing well schematically. I think the smaller aspects and more important aspects in some cases as a head coach, he fails to make those things, click. He fails to get those things done. And that's not even going to talk about what happened last week, in which I completely, believe, based off watching what I saw, okay, yeah, your quarterback takes a cheap shot. It was a cheap shot. It was a Hail Mary attempt, I believe, right there before the half. And Missouri's guy takes an extra 2 steps and lays into Kyle Trask. It wasn't targeting. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a late hit. That's what it was. They missed the call. And then Mullen's running across the field trying to get at referees and get in their face before halftime. Next thing you know, the whole, Florida Gators roster basically is standing at midfield getting into a brawl with Missouri. Where what should have happened is, if the coach is going to go out there, he's going to control the situation, calm down the situation, and not be extremely emotional and rather almost irrational and lead things into a further direction in terms of hostility. And that's exactly what happened. Next thing you know, a couple of guys are getting suspended. Suspended. That was weird. Suspended for this week's game against Georgia. So you can't have those things. The best coaches in college football don't do those types of things. They go out there, if they're running in the midfield in the middle of what appears to be about to be a brawl, they're certainly separating things, not instigating things, which is exactly what I thought Mullen was doing on Saturday against Missouri. So those are my, brief observations. The defense, man, y'all know all about Todd Grantham, Georgia fans. Y'all know what that is. They're horrendous on third down. They're giving up almost half of their third downs this year, 49.2% on third down. That's awful. They've given up 7 of 9 fourth down conversions. That is awful. All right. So 7.5 third downs per game, not good. That third and Grantham stuff, I tweeted about it today. That is real. It's 100% real in terms of how bad he is on third down. And he likes to send the blitz. Good for him. Couple of things about last year's observations on this football game. Georgia thought that they could do some things slant-wise and stunt-wise, thought that they could get Florida's offensive line with their eyes in the wrong place, and that's exactly what happened. Let's stop talking and let's show it to you. No narrative, just evaluation. Going to the very first play, and it doesn't take long to figure it out, guys. Look at the spacing here. I mean, just look at it. They got 3 wide receivers outside the hash and a single up to the top, ball in the left hash. It is very, very evident when you watch these guys on tape that if they do get into tight formations, it is for a very distinct reason. They're trying to basically get outside of you. If they spread it out, they're trying to get one-on-one situations and get easy completions for their quarterback. It's exactly what's about to happen. They're literally running 3 slants with the guy on the top running the corner off, I believe. Boom, there it is. 3 slants. Quarterback, pick your matchup, who you like. Of course, he likes Kyle Pitts. Guys, something I don't have to tell you, something you've probably figured out from watching him this year. This dude is not only a threat to catch the football, man, when he's got it in his hands, he is terrifying for defenses after the catch. He runs just like a wide receiver, and he's 6'6", 230 some odd pounds. He's a big dude. Had a chance to watch him work out this summer at Terrence Edwards' place when he was up here in Atlanta for some reason. Really smooth athlete. Really, really, really smooth athlete, but you can see that on tape. That's not me telling you anything you don't know. Or you can see that on Saturdays watching the game. But the purpose here is to see what Florida's doing. And when they spread you out like this, they're typically running something like this. Slant, post, maybe, slant, go. They're doing single man surfaces out here, trying to get one-on-ones and letting their quarterback pick his best matchup. We're going to 32. Here's the thing I don't like about what they do in the run game, man. They do some really questionable stuff in the run game, like this left tackle up here. I have never in my life, never, ever seen some crap like this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this left tackle's doing. I don't look at him. It's almost like he's trying to bait Malik Herring into going upfield or stretching with him. But all along, they leave the front side inside linebacker completely unblocked. The left guard and the center's combo go to the backside inside linebacker. Look at 61 with his shoulders completely turned to the sideline. Meanwhile, Monty Rice is standing right in the daggum hole saying, really? Nobody's going to block me? What is this? I've never seen anything like this. Never. All to arc release and go block the star? Makes no sense. Look at it. Look at it from the tight. It literally makes no sense. I don't know what they're doing. sent it to my guy Zach Goodall, who writes for Florida. He does my job for Florida, and he had no idea what the heck he was looking at either. It doesn't make any sense. Schematically, it's just a zero right there. A zero schematically in the run game. You won't see any of those in the passing game. They scheme it up really, really well. I really do think they're a heavy slants, drags, deep overs, digs, things like this. They're trying to get into windows, in and out of windows, and allow their quarterback to make easy completions. Okay, they'll take some deep shots every now and then, but this is who they are. Okay, they're gonna run Kyle Pitts on a drag. They're gonna run. I think this is Cleveland on a deep over, and they're gonna go corner and straight go. All right. So this is one thing I like about Mullen, excuse me, what he does. He does like every other good coordinator. He clears people out to get people open. All right. And here's Pitts again. Look, Pitts catches this ball behind the line of scrimmage. Not only that, he one-hands it. Watch where he gets tackled. He's at the 40-yard line with Richard LeCount bearing down on him. He gets 10 yards after the catch. That's all him. That is all him. Matter of fact, it's almost a minus for Kyle Trask because of how bad this ball is. I don't like their power. They do this crap where they power protect. I don't like this. Also, referee probably missed a false start here. No, I think that's a good call. I mean, that's a poorly thrown ball, but Kyle Pitts is just nuts. It's just nuts. Where are we going to next? We're going to 138. If you guys have watched my breakdowns on YouTube, y'all have seen this one before. We call this two guys in one hole. All right. Georgia's going to end up stacking two defensive linemen into one gap. Guys, anytime defensive linemen are like this, Kirby's hair is on fire when he watches it on tape on Saturday or on Sunday. I mean, on fire. He's livid. They teach gap control defense. That's what they do. If you sacrifice your gap for what they call a me play, you're trying to go make a play for me, not for the team, not for we, he is hot. They don't do this. And here's why. This is exactly why they don't do this. When you stack two guys up like this, not only is there an alleyway right here, but look at the alleyway backside. Look at this. Look at how this sets up. Boom. He sticks his foot in the ground, and then Tyler Clark and Jordan Davis are standing right on top of each other, and now both of them are useless. And look how much space there is for Lamar P. Ryan to run. This is the only successful run they had last year. The only one. Because Georgia, outside of this play, played extremely gap sound defense. Someone's wrong. I think it's Tyler Clark. I want to say it's Tyler Clark. That's not what they teach slants. They call slants. But typically when they do, a linebacker fills the void in which the slanter left. That didn't happen here. So somebody's wrong. And it ends up costing them 9 yards, 10 yards. All right, here's the difference to me about this team last year and this team this year. Kyle Trask, right now, he's got 20 carries for 75 yards on the season. Last year, he had 8 total rushing yards. Both of those stat lines include the sack yardage. So what's that tell you? He's running the football just a little bit more on these design runs or these RPOs. So when Malik Herron dives in like a bat out of hell here from the backside and makes this play, I'm going to tell you right now, this year, Kyle Trask is probably keeping this football. Look at all this space out here. And here's the thing about Mullen. Here's why their run game, spoiler alert, here's why their run game's been pretty, subpar, below average. Look at his history as an offensive coordinator. If his teams don't have mobile, dual threat, quote unquote, athletic quarterbacks that can be a threat to run the football, his offenses cannot run the football for this exact reason right here. Too much of his game plan and running scheme is determined on the backside free defender being held accountable by the quarterback. Okay. If the quarterback is never a threat to run the ball, Georgia's going to do this. Defenses are going to do this. They're going to pursue you from the backside and tackle you for a -1 every single time until your quarterback proves to everybody on tape that he is willing to keep the ball. Other thing I want to tell you about this, it don't matter. Even if he does keep Malik Herring honest. Let's say Malik's not crashing like a bat out of hell. Let's say Malik's shoulders are square even past the mesh point like they're supposed to be. Watch this front side out here. Watch this. Watch how perfectly coached this is. J.R. Reed, oh, I'm going to spill 61. You ain't getting outside of me. I'm going to force that ball back inside. Watch Azeez Ojulari right here. Watch the defensive end. Okay, I'm going to squeeze the down block, keep my shoulders square, and take on the puller with square shoulders, and I'm going to keep my outside arm free. And then I'm going to come off, and I would have made the tackle at 0 yards gain, even without Malik the Freak coming off the backside. Okay, so despite whether or not Kyle Trask is going to keep guys honest, you've got to win the front side place or the play side blocks to even have a chance to run the ball against Georgia, and you guys know that. Everyone knows that. That front side, the play side for Georgia defensively against the run, it's phenomenal. Except for Nolan Smith, everybody holds out outside contain and plays in their correct gaps. Still trying to figure out what the heck's going on with number 4. It ain't effort. It's literally just getting sucked in too much every once in a while. We're going to 208. We already did that one. 243 is where we're going next. What do I got here? I like this from Tony. Okay. Watch this in the slot. All right. 4 wide receivers. They went empty. They're going 4 by 1. Running back down here at the bottom. This is P. Ryan, I believe. All right. This year, I promise you, I can almost promise you, I wouldn't guarantee it, that instead of P. Ryan being right here, the running back is in the slot, and Tony, who they love after the catch, might be one of the best wide receivers in the country after the catch. He is dynamic. He is freaky. He is explosive. That's probably going to be him. They're going to design this screen up for him. But here's what I like about Tony. Any of you young wide receivers or offense coordinators, wide receiver coaches that are watching this right now, watch what Tony does. Okay. You see that little hop release right there, 2 yards off the line of scrimmage? Watch him. Let's put it even slower for him. I guarantee you this release is something he uses all the time to get open in routes. And watch what it does to Mark Webb. And he knows, Tony knows he's blocking, obviously. Say, you see that little hiccup, that little hop step, and then boom, right into him. Look what it does to Webb. Webb ends up on his heels because he's expecting some type of inward or outward breaking route, right? Wide receivers do this all the time to work their releases off of off-hand coverage. All right, when guys are playing off of you, you have to eat up the space and then break up off of them. Run your slant, run your out, run whatever. Get that guy back on his heels. Now Tony's using the same release to get his helmet right into Webb's chest. Wham! That is physical blocking right there. I like that. I like that. Here we go. 309, where we're going next. How about this twist and stunt right here is what my notes say. So where's the twist and stunt? Oh, it's up front. Here's what I'm telling you. Very early on in this football game, Georgia realized that, hey, or maybe I think they saw it on tape. And here's what they saw. Let's go straight to the tight angle. That's why I love all 22 tape. That's why I love it, baby. That's why we watch it. Surprised we don't have a comment in. Yeah, why we watching last year's tape? Y'all know why. All right, look. So what I think Georgia realized when watching tape out of specific sets like this and just their pass sets in general, especially when they went empty, I think they realized that Florida, for some inordinate reason, liked to slide their guard, their two-man surface out and leave the center by himself and go this way and kick left. So what you're going to see Georgia do is they're going to take Jordan Davis and spike him across the center's nose and then wrap not only Devontae Wyatt, but plug Monty Rice into A-gap. Watch this right guard. Why he is setting out, I have no idea. This makes 0 sense. Why on earth are you doing that? And you're going to say, well, Brooks, they've got 2 guys over there. Maybe one of them's coming. Wrong. He's clearly in man coverage. Look at him. That is I'm in man coverage stance right there. Nothing else. He is taking that tight end 100% of the time. Okay. And he does. He rides him right out. Walter Grant's on the field. He's going to sit there and ride the tight end in man-to-man coverage. And look what Georgia does. Boom. Takes the center with him. Monty wraps into frontside A-gap. A free blitzer, essentially. And look how late the left guard or the right guard is to identify blitz. Look, guys, when somebody drops, get your eyes back inside. Don't you dare do that crap. Now you're turned around looking at your quarterback. That's bad news. We'll address the ritual account stuff here in a minute. I mean, he's right there making a play, but I got some clips where I really think it's going to hurt Georgia for him not to be on the field specifically. Obviously, he's a great player, guys. I'm going to show you what he's great at and what Georgia's probably not going to be able to do without him on the field. That's why y'all are here. We're going to 337, I believe. Again, they're a Dover-loving football team. They like deep overs. Watch Kyle Pitts. They like this stuff. They love deep overs. Okay? And what they're going to do is they're going to run the entire concept and the entire route tree off of that. We got a joker in the group chat. We got a joker, Clay Williams. All right, here we go. So they're going to run the deep over here with Pitts, and they're going to send this number one wide receiver, I believe that's Freddie Swain, on a post route and hold Tony out here in the flat where Nolan Smith's guarding him. And look at this big old space out here. All right. But the other thing I want you to see is I think Kyle Trask is a really, really good anticipatory thrower. What does that mean? It's a big word, Brooks. I'm surprised you even know how to use it correctly. Me too. He throws the ball before guys are completely out of their breaks, before they're even open. He throws them into space. Okay. That's what an anticipatory thrower is. Look, this ball's out right now. And Kyle Pitts looks completely covered with the ball being out. He just released the football. He's throwing it right here because he knows Pitts is going to run to open space. And you'll see a couple of these throws. I think he does this really, really well. Now, how do you beat an anticipatory thrower? How do you make him make mistakes? Well, you fluff the coverage. Okay. Somebody down here could easily slink back and pick that football off. Somebody. It ain't gonna be Nolan Smith. It ain't gonna be no defensive end / outside linebacker. But again, look at the yards after the catch. There's 12 yards after the catch right there. That might seem like something easy, but I'm telling you, in the SEC, for a tight end, yards after the catch is an incredibly valuable statistic. Not a lot of people can do it. We'll see if they do any twists. Nope. 3-man pressure. 3-man pressure, and they almost get to him. That's why I also think Georgia or Florida had a really, really tough time moving the football this past year. Man, they could not hold up in pass protection. And here's the deal. For the most part, so 72's back starting at left tackle. 61's kicked into center. 66 no longer there. 67 is starting now because somebody's injured. And 56 is still starting. All right, I believe. So 3 of the 5 starters for sure are back from this football game last year. And there's very limited depth up there for Florida, offensive line-wise. You guys remember a guy by the name of Josh Braun, Georgia fans? Pretty sure he's second on the 2-deep depth chart right now at tackle. Or maybe guard. He's traveling as a freshman. We are going to 409. All right, here we go. Again, what do we tell you off the start? If Monken does things where he's bunching everybody up, he's doing it for a distinct reason. He wants you to come in close with him so he can probably hit you outside. But that first clip we showed you, they went 3-by-1 and had 3 wide receivers all the way outside the bottom of the numbers. Watch this. Now, this isn't an executed play. Georgia blows this up, but they got it. They got it licked right now. If they execute right now, they have this licked. Kyle Pitts goes and blocks the corner. The other tight end gets up and blocks, I believe that's J.R. Reed. But instead, Tony just pushes damn Pitts down on his face, and the pursuit kills him. Okay? One thing I'll tell you guys about stuff like this. If you're running this play, don't you ever cut back into the middle of the field. Don't ever do it. Look at all the jerseys running towards you. Don't ever do it. This play is designed to capture the edge. So you best try to capture the edge. Don't slow down. Don't decelerate. Accelerate. Get out to the edge. On a 440. Oh, this is 12 in the huddle here. Look, they never huddle, ever. Not very often, at least. They're like Auburn in this sense. They very rarely huddle. I mean, honestly, most college football teams don't huddle anymore. But look, They break the huddle. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down linemen, 2 tight ends. That's 7. A running back, 8. Quarterback, 9. 10, 11, 12. Got 12 men on the field. 12 men on the field. That's on everybody. That is on the head coach. That is on the offensive coordinator. That is on the personnel staff sitting up in the booth that are quality control coaches that aren't on field roles, that do off field stuff, that sit in the booth as analysts. A whole lot of air quotes right there. Okay. That's on all of them. That's on all of them. That's boo-boo. Which took 2nd and 10 and made it 2nd and 15. That's bad. That, and again, that is on, to me, that is a sign of a poorly disciplined football team. Can't have busts like that. Middle of the field, a crucial drive right here to open the football game. Can't have that. That's no different than burning 2 timeouts early. That's no different than burning 2 timeouts midway through the third quarter. Okay? That's no different than, I mean, let's call it what it is. Florida's one of these teams that's handled COVID probably the worst of anybody in the SEC. They've had COVID positives every single week, I'm pretty sure. Every single week. Georgia hasn't. Nick Saban tested positive for COVID, but you ain't heard none of their key starters being out for COVID. Clemson's starting quarterback, he's out with COVID, but you ain't heard a whole game have to get canceled yet. Let's say yet right now. This is the 3rd week of the season. They had guys popping tested positive for COVID left and right. They had some threats of an opt-out early in the season. Multiples. Okay, not just the starting quarterback, the transfer quarterback. Okay. Yeah, and Jeremiah Stodd right here points out a great point. It was a false positive on Saban. A false positive. SSL says this is the first week they haven't had anybody test positive for COVID. Golf clap for Dan Mullen. He finally got it figured out. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, that's all, you know, being able to control what you can control. Now, I know COVID's a little bit of an uncontrollable circumstance, but hey, you can preach to your players how important it is. And not only that, your players should know how important it is. That their season is important. Them winning a national championship is important. We're going to 5:03. Again, look at the scoreboard right here. They got 1 timeout left in the first half with 2 or a little less than 3 minutes left in the first quarter. That's bad. That's bad timeout management. That is bad clock management. That is all that. That's bad. And everybody's going to say, well, I mean, who cares? You got to use them. Well, yeah. What happens if they're pinned up on a delay of game call? What happens if the play clock gets low later on in the first half? They got to burn another timeout. And then guess what? When they're on a 2-minute drill trying to score quickly, they don't have any timeouts left. Those things matter, guys. They matter every single time. You know who you don't see wasting and burning timeouts? Bill Belichick. I know he's 2-4 this year, Brooks. Still one of the greatest coaches of all time. You don't see this crap. Again, here we go. Some bad pass protection right here from the offensive line. They're doing this. They're doing this bullcrap power pull again. No, this is straight play. This is short sets, right? Watch 72. You know you've got a pretty daggum good edge rusher out here, but out to the outside of you. Why? You're oversetting, first of all. Complete overset. All right. It looks to me like you've got no help inside. Why are we automatically oversetting it? Watch the left guard right here. This is a stunt from Georgia. Watch the left guard. And he's turned around. Here's how I know it's on the left guard. We're going to put his head down. Body language, offensive lineman will tell you everything. They will tell you everything. You want to know whose fault it is? It's the left guard. Here's why the left tackle overset. He thinks he's got a left man slide over here, which he should. They got the back to the right. So the back's probably got 30. These 3 got these 3. All right. Y'all see that? 66, 61, 72. They've got Devontae Wyatt, Azeez Ojulari, and Monty. They're on a 2-man surface over here. That's how it should be. Okay. That's how I would call it. Left, the center clearly thinks he's working. They're all working left. Okay. That's bad. Day 1 pass pro. A1 pass pro. Smart or Piron clearly knows what linebacker he's got after the play action. He gets right back out to take Crowder. Slide left. Play design is called for you to slide left, slide left. This is why I think Georgia ran a lot of stunts, a lot of twists, a lot of games, things like that, sent backers into backside A gaps, things like this, because they knew the eye discipline of Florida's offensive line either A, wasn't coached up very well, or B, just wasn't executed very well on Saturdays. That's clearly a tape identification right there. Coaches grind the tape too. Duh. 540 is where we're headed next. What are we looking at here? Oh, again, you can't crack on the play design from this guy. Remember, we did the Monken versus Coley type of offensive breakdown. Watch this. They send in everybody different ways. They bring 8 in motion and run him on the quick drag right here. So get him running in the direction he's going to run his drag route on. And he leverages Mark Webb because of it. All right. And then they take number 2. What do? Here? They run him on a straight go and they run the dig from number 3. Look at the confusion right here. That's what happens. Eric Stokes, who should be, in my opinion, in cover 3 phase right now, looks to me like LeCount's got this portion of the field. J.R. Reed's got the middle of the field. And Eric Stokes, based off his pre-snap alignment, watch him. He's got inside leverage right now. Now his butt's to the sideline. That is cover 3, in my opinion. That's what it looks like to me. Okay? I would assume it's definitely not man coverage. Because watch Devon Wilson. Devon Wilson, I'm pretty sure, takes the inside guy. He's got his eyes on the inside guy. It's not man coverage. Okay? I don't really know what Georgia's doing. But they miss a shot right here. They 100% miss a shot. A blown coverage just happened. Florida has got a big shot right here to, I believe that's Freddie Swain. But guess what happens? Kyle Trask getting flushed out of the pocket. He's moving left, and he's working left the whole time. Why, I don't know. Probably because he's staring down Pitts. That's exactly what's happening. Oh, but again, look at the routes, the route schemes right here. So they're running Pitts on this dig right here. Looks like a 12-yard dig. And while they're doing it, while they're pushing him vertical, they're slipping the back out of the backfield on a wheel route. So that right there happens. 17 ends up bumping into, I think that's Tyson Campbell or DJ Daniel up there at the top. It's DJ Daniel. Okay. Now, Nakobe's a freak, so he recovers really, really quickly. And that ball has to end up being basically, it should have been a back shoulder right now. If he's throwing that ball right now, that ball's got to be a back shoulder fade. That's what, if you see P. Ryan, he slows down. He thinks it's going to be a back shoulder fade. Watch him. Ball's out. He hesitates right there. He thinks it's going to be back shoulder, and now he has to reaccelerate. Ball's thrown down the sideline. Got a question here from Jeremiah, who covered Pitts for the majority of the time last year. A mixed bag. They did a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of different stuff. I'm going to show you what they did in the second half here in a minute. It's rare you see bracketed coverage against a tight end. Georgia did it. I'm going to show you how they did it here in just a little bit. I got some Richie popping up on the notes here in a minute. Can't wait to get to that one. All right, 609 is where we're going next. All right, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about Richard LeCount being out. Okay, I don't know if they do this kind of stuff as much without number 2 on the field. Watch what they're going to do. They're going to walk 30 down. They're going to take Crowder down. They're going to blitz him. Richard LeCount is now playing man-to-man against this number 3 receiver from depth. This is really tough to do, guys. Now he's going to walk down, and he's going to close the space, and he's pretty much he's locked in. He's got him. He's got that covered up. But do they do this as much with a guy like Chris Smith? Knowing Kirby, he might. He might just say, look, hey, we recruited you for a reason. You're a good football player. Go play. We're going to do everything we normally do. We're not going to change the game plan. We're just going to do you, baby. We're going to do it like number 2's in there. Chris Smith's number 2. We're going to do it just like that. Maybe he does. Because that's a lot of the times how they play. I think they're going to do the same thing with the defensive line. They're going to stunt and wrap and do all that kind of stuff against this Florida offensive line because they think they're either A, poorly coached, or B, they don't execute well on twisting games. That's evident when I watch them on tape. See, they can do this for the most part. Now, the center gets beat right here. But if you just want to send 4, I mean, they can do it. They can hold long enough for the ball to get out. Here's the thing that I wish Georgia would do a little bit more often. Look, they're very, very clearly trying to take a shot right here to this wide receiver. They are trying to manufacture a big play to him right now. So how do they do it? They do it with alignment. Ball's on the left hash, and they put trips into the boundary. Trips into the boundary. Ball on the left hash. Doesn't happen very often, guys. A lot of football teams don't do this. Why? Because you're just bunching everybody up. Okay. So why are they doing it? They've basically now got 23 and a half yards to work this guy to the sideline and get him wide open. And guess what? Beautiful for Georgia if they start doing this. You know why? Because bracket coverage don't matter. It does not matter. Look, DJ Daniels playing outside leverage, just like corners do against Pickens when they're playing bracketed coverage. Watch J.R. Reed. He immediately off the snap, here's the only difference. He opens to the middle of the field. Every other team, when Pickens is out there and they're bracketing him and basically double teaming him, the safety's flip-flopped. But the safety's just there to take away the inside slant or take away the post or take away any inward breaking routes. That's where he's there to help. All right. So Pickens can do this. Pickens can, attack the space and do a one-on-one shot, back shoulder fade, whatever you want to call it. He can certainly do this, and I guarantee he's going to catch that ball. He is a throw it up to me, and I will go grab it kind of wide receiver. So I want to see Georgia do some stuff like this. When I watched it, I was like, Not only did I see, are they going to do this without Richie? I saw, hey, can we get some touches to Pickens like this when he gets healthy for Georgia? Going to 7-18. Again, Georgia had success against these guys. What quarterback is going to make that throw? Man, if you can't make back shoulder fades at this point, bro. Oh, it was as a Florida fan. That's fine. You guys are welcome here too. Find out something about your own team you never even knew. More than welcome to be here. If you can't make a back shoulder throw, you ain't playing Division I football. I'm confident that they got somebody that can do that. So again, look at all the misdirection. Devontae Wyatt spikes in the A gap, which watch what it does to this right guard. This right guard completely leaves his assignment to go help out his center, who's doing an okay job, and Tyler Clark ends up with a TFL. Boo-boo. Not good. Eye discipline is horrendous. Not only that, what is 66 doing? I know he's not here anymore, but what is he doing? He's blocking with his head. No chest right there. That's why he gets whooped. But again, to me, this is on the right guard. We can at least bounce off of this. We can try to make a winning play out of this. There's plenty of room over here for this running back to bounce this football if Devontae Wyatt is pressing him into front side or backside A gap. There ain't no room for two of them back there. I got some comments in here saying 3 stars blocking 5 stars. Florida fans will let you hang out. If you get a little hectic, I'm just going to ignore you. But you're right. But here's the deal. Those are 3-star offensive linemen from Florida. That ain't got nothing to do with eye discipline. Ain't got nothing to do with being in the right place at the right time. 0. $7.43. Hey, guess what? They went back to the deep over to Kyle Pitts. Shocker. On Richie. That's Richie flat-footed right here. Watch him. Guys, anytime we're in this spot right here, we're dead meat. Dead meat. On our heels, we're going to lose this every single time. Okay? That might just be like a bang 8. That was like a post more than an over. Let's see when when Trask throws the ball, though. Ball's out right now. He's made the decision. He's hitting Pitts. Ball's out right now. This is just standard. I mean, Richie's got him man-to-man immediately. They're going man to the bottom, zone to the top. Okay. 8:30. Yeah, we're going 8:30. Again, anticipatory thrower. Guy gets the ball out very, very early. Very, very early. Okay. Look, I mean, Freddie Swain ain't even close to out of his break when this ball's released. Watch. Ball's out now. He has made the decision to throw this football right now. Why? Because he knows the middle of the field's open. And he knows Freddie Swain's going to the middle of the field. Bang. Ball is on Freddie as soon as he turns his head around. A nice little nuance to the route right here. I think it could be ran just slightly better. But look, he's running the post out from the slot post, and he's selling the corner right now with his eyes. You see that? And what does it do to that little bitty hesitation from J.R. Reed? Watch him. So I'm going to pause him right now. Okay. Watch from this moment. Watch what J.R. Reed's hips do. Slow it down just a little bit. Watch what his hips do. Boom. You see that little, that's all it takes, guys. That's all it takes. This is a game of very minor details. Very, very minor details. And that ball is now catchable. Okay. As opposed to, there's 2 yards of space right there. If there was just a yard of space or a half a yard of space because Richard or J.R. Reed kept his hips square the whole time and broke on the football a little bit earlier, that ball might be incomplete. Put it back to 75. I think it's a little too slow at 0.5, but it's good to see. Oh, let's go back to the post route right quick. Watch the yards after the catch here for Pitts. Ball caught at the 40. Let's see where he gets tackled. And he's tackled at the 50 or the 45-yard line. 15 yards after the catch. And look, guys, these skill guys for Georgia, they are not gaining on him. Look, Richard never gains a yard on him. Devon Wilson never gains a yard on him until he tackles him because he's got an angle. They don't close the space. Look, here's how I know that Georgia's defensive backs are just a little bit scared of this dude after the catch. Watch the angles. From this moment right here, watch the angles that they're about to take. Devon Wilson's damn near going to turn and run to the pylon. Same with J.R. Reed. Watch. Boom. Everybody. Angle. It's pursuit drill at this point. We are on the angle. Nobody's going flat to this dude. They're all getting straight to the sideline at a 45. Dude can run, guys. Dude can flat out go. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Look. That's freaky. That's Avatar-like. He is hands down one of the best players in the country. We're going to 11-17. Get our fast forward on. How's everybody doing? I know it's a weird time in our world. Everybody's either stressed or happy. And based off what's going on, whichever way you go, it's pretty much 50-50 as depending on how everybody feels right now. So election years are really, really weird every single time. All right, here's what I'm talking about with Richie. Watch the recognition skills. How he knows to come downhill like this fast, I don't know. I love watching this dude on tape for this exact reason. This dude ain't even close to throwing this football. Not even close. He's not going to throw the ball for another 3 or 4, 2 or 3 seconds. Ball's out now, and Richie's there. Now, he don't make this play. Monty does a great job of not only playing inside leverage, but staying in the hip of this wide receiver. But the recognition skills, to me, are Richard LeCounte. That is what he is. He is a Richard LeCounte, or he is a instinctual football player. He is a physical football player, and he is a ball hawk. Okay? I don't know how he knew to get to the dig right here. We'll never know. Maybe film. I guarantee Richie watches a ton of tape. A ton of tape. Has to figure out things like this. The play we showed you a couple weeks back against Auburn, where he sniffed out the dig or the drag, across the line of scrimmage. He's always the first to move every single time. Georgia's going to miss that badly over the next couple of weeks. Going to 11:54. All my notes say is 72 best have gotten better. I don't know what the hell this is. I really don't know what 72 is doing right here. Guys, there's no need. I know we've got a backside pulling guard. I know they're running power pass. I know. I get it. But why in the world are we taking a step inside? Watch this. What? Whoa. What are we doing? Now, you're going to tell me that you're protecting the B gap for what? For what? There's no pressing threat in your B gap. There's a 3 technique that your center's got to do his job and get back to. There's no threat there. So now guess what? You are in a absolute position to go block Malik Herring. That is a losing position right there every single time. Every single time. That is buns. As our resident Florida fan in here says, 72 sucks, trust me. Yeah, I ain't got to trust you. I see the tape. He's boo-boo. Expose him. He's a left tackle in the SEC. They're going to go after him Saturday. Hot take. They're going after him. Great job by Malik disrupting the football. But look at him sink the rip right here. Watch. Denies the hand, sinks the rip in. It's over with. You have lost that rep. 1204 is where we're going next. Look at the trips bunch at the top. Something funny's happening right here. Oh, I know what's happening. It's third and medium right here, I believe. And again, they're going to take the number 3 wide receiver and run him on a drag, basically. It's going to look essentially like a slant, but it's a really, really weird slant. Okay? And they don't get it. They don't get the first down because Mark Webb is a great open field tackler. I mean, a great open field tackler. But, hey, I like what they're doing here. I like all this. I like Devon Wilson taking, I believe that's Kyle Pitts, and taking him and putting him on the sideline. I like that a lot too. $12.30, where we're headed next. All right, they missed another shot right here. But there's a great thing about applying pressure, guys. Pressure creates problems not only for the offense, but it disguises and hides problems for the defense. Okay, watch this. Watch Buddy up here. That is a touchdown. A touchdown. He throws this ball right now to number 8. See ya. Tutty. But he can't. He can't get into this. He's constantly backpedaling. He's constantly backpedaling. And he ultimately gets sacked. But if he can have a clean pocket, which I don't think he's going to have on Saturday, even with all the injuries to Georgia's defensive line, if he can have a clean pocket, he can throw that ball. He can throw that ball. 13:54. Where we're headed next. Oh, let's see how they got the pressure. Sorry, guys. No point in showing you pressure without showing you how they got the pressure. Here, look, more slants. We're going to slant everybody. We're going to slant even the corner blitz or the star blitz, and then we're going to wrap both of our linebackers. How about that? How about that? 66 getting away with a brutal hold right here. I mean, he's mugging them. Big JD still gets the sack. I think that was his first sack of the year last year. He's not going to be, he's day-to-day at this point. If he plays, Kirby even said today, it's going to be in a roll. The hell that means? I don't know. Probably first down, goal line, maybe. Roll. We got a roll for him. Hope he can play it. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Going to 13:54. Again, if they get in a formation that they're not, typically in, like, I don't know, 4 receivers outside the hash to the top of the screen, they might be doing something funky. They just might. Just might. Or they might just be lighting in the box to run the football. Or maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're just trying to get a 5-man box, right? Y'all thought they was about to throw a screen, didn't you? Yeah, sometimes dressing is just there to hide the main course. The main course right now is just standard inside zone. dude flies down like a rocket every time. Every time. Talking to an NFL scout today, they say he didn't really like his angles. I'm questioning that one. I like Richie's angles and when he's running the alley. But hey, how about Devontae Wyatt down here? They got Buddy in a walk down or a 7 technique. Yeah, who's 95? Good question. 95 is Devontae Wyatt. Great question. He's 305 pounds. Look at him. Get up out of here, 56. You are not for me. I mean, talk about resetting the line of scrimmage. Yeesh. Great job by Aziz, too. Or slants. Man, you got to get all the way over, bud. I don't know what you're doing. You got to get all the way over. Play the defense. Here's my thing, though. If you're P. Ryan, just go. Just go. Stick your foot in the grass or the gas. Just go. You got an alley. Don't slow down. Don't do that. Just go. Run through an arm tackle from Devontae Wyatt if you got to. Just go. But it's hard to do. It's hard to say that when your tackle is now, I don't know, 4 yards deep into the backfield. This offensive line for Florida is not good. 14-21. Again, pressure takes you away from taking shots. Why did I write that in here? Who's the shot supposed to go to? Oh, they got one-on-one. Where Eric Stokes down here. I like my odds. One-on-one with inside leverage where I'm going to tell you right now, he's beat. With no safety in the middle of the field right now, well, he ain't in the middle of the field because the ball's thrown. I take this one back. Sometimes I'll just be writing stuff on my notes. Because I guarantee I know what happened. I guarantee I paused the tape right now and said, oh, damn. Middle of the field's wide open. They missed the post. But in reality, if this ball's not out, J.R. Reed continues to carry with the post. Okay, so he's got inside. So I'll scratch that one. 15-47. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. I am Mr. Grind the Tape now. But last year, I wasn't really putting in the hours to grind the tape like I do now. But what I'm going to tell you is, I don't know if this is a new coverage from Georgia, but they sure as heck run it a lot more. And what it is this single or this too high safety look, and then they cross the safeties. They roll the safety down into the box to take away the inward breaking route, and they send J.R. Reed back to the middle of the field. This is what I call the Jordan Rodgers play, because I got mad at him on Saturday because he was spreading some straight up lies on the television broadcast. Talking about Richard LeCounte being out of position. He ain't out of position. They run this coverage. So here's why I think Georgia put it in. Georgia knows that teams like Alabama, Florida, and pretty much every, pass happy offense or teams that like to throw slants over the middle of the field, they had to put a coverage in for it. So what are they going to do? They're going to take Lewis Seen. They're going to take Richard LeCounte, two of their biggest hitters, and, bring them down into the box. But not only bring them down into the box, bring them down into the box facing the number 3 or number 2 wide receiver that's most likely to run a slant. Look, all of this space looks like it's there, and it is right there. They're about to hit this. They're about to hit this slant to Freddie Swain, and it's wide open. Okay, boom, slant, easy throw, pitch and catch. Nice. 2 middle of field safeties ain't never getting there. So what did Georgia do? Georgia said, all right, bet. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Richard LeCounte or Lewis Seen, if they're flip-flopped. We're going to stick them on, instead of outside the numbers over the 3 wide receivers, we're going to say have that. Okay, we're going to say have it. We're going to roll them over here, put them on the hash, make them turn inward, and just crack that slant, hit him right in his face as soon as he catches it. It's not a new coverage. It's just cover 3 behind it, okay? When you go empty like this, it does make it hard to do that because somebody's got to respect this over here. Again, 3 wide receivers outside the numbers. You'll never see this. You'll rarely see this. I shouldn't say never. Look how much space they're playing with. They're just getting guys on 2-man surfaces. That's all they're doing. They're running double slants. That's it. Sometimes spacing's better than play design, if you know what I mean. Sometimes just getting guys spread out allows you to get easy completions. What does that say? Does that say 1912? Man, my handwriting gets terrible towards the end of these film sessions. 1912 is where we are going. Oh, this is again. I think this is where he's gotten better as well in terms of Kyle Trask. These Trask and Pitts, they haven't missed this ball all year. Okay, he is wide open on this out route, this speed out, and that ball's thrown behind him. I'm gonna show you the tight angle right here. Okay, here's Pitts. They've got Mark Webb leveraged already. He's running the speed out, and Mark Webb's 2.5 yards inside of the tight end. It's a win all day. That's who they're throwing the ball to. They've noticed on tape too that they like this advantage. They're running a speed out, and look where the ball placement is. All the way behind Pitts. A bad ball. They don't miss this year. That's why these two are so great. That's why both of them are pretty much in Heisman contentions right now. But this is how I know the whole play. When they walk to the line of scrimmage, this is designed to hit Pitts on this speed out. Watch these two guys up at the top. They're going to clear out. They're not going to run no daggum hitches. They're not going to do anything. They're running straight down the field. They will never, ever, ever get the football thrown to them. This play is 1,000% designed for 84 and nobody else, and they didn't complete it. $19.43. That's what bracket coverage looks like on a tight end. All right, here we go. They're going to take man-to-man coverage with Eric Stokes on Kyle Pitts, and they're going to watch what Richard LeCounte does. Looks like it's too high, right? Looks like it's about to be cover two of some sorts, or at least middle of the field open. Watch what happens post-snap. They're going to leave J.R. Reed over here covering these three wide receivers in man-to-man coverage with J.R. kind of helping out. Basically, they're running cover one over here with a single high safety to help out, and they're double teaming Pitts down here in the bottom, and they got Monty Rice one-on-one with the back out of the backfield. That is bracket coverage, okay? One corner taking away the outside movements, one safety taking away the inside movements. It's exactly what they're doing to Johnny. This is exactly what they're doing to Richard LeCounte, okay? I can't even be reading what's going on in these chats over here. So y'all look like y'all getting a little hectic. Why don't y'all simmer down over there, boys and girls? Going to 2051. I don't even know what's going on over here. I'm too busy grinding the tape, which is why we are here. Y'all shut up. All right, someone's running the wrong route, and we'll end it on this. Somebody up here at the top is doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. Maybe it's P. Ryan. You rarely see this. Look, two receivers this close together in a Mullen offense, never happening. Never, ever happening. So somebody's wrong. And based off the fact that Trask threw the ball to P. Ryan right here, I'm going to assume it's this joker up here at the top who's running this little curl. So something's wrong. And J.R. Reebok comes up with an interception. All right. That is our film session for tonight. All in all, a couple things. Like I told you from the jump, do I think Dan Mullen's a great head coach? No. Do I think he's a great offensive coordinator? 100%. The day, if and when he gets fired from Florida, he's going to be jobless for about 35 seconds, unless he got a buyout clause with a non-compete, and then he probably going to go work on TV for a couple of years and let that non-compete sit out because he's going to take that free money. I'll tell you that right now. Spoiler alert. He's taking that free money if he ever gets fired before his contract ends. So is he a great head coach? No, I don't believe so. I think, like we told you from the top, there's some things about his minor details of coaching that I don't think he's really clean about. His teams, for the most part, like we saw last week, they play undisciplined football. They don't play assignment sound football all the time. He mismanages clock all the time. He mismanages his timeouts all the time, and he recruits at a mid-level for Florida. Okay, if you're at Florida and you're a great recruiter, you're going to recruit in the top 5. Will Muschamp, say what you want about him as a head coach, pretty daggum good recruiter. That's why he took home a number 1 class. Okay, So is he a great offensive coordinator? 100%. While y'all are here, got to let you know. We do have a Patreon account, guys. We had a boatload of people watching this tonight, even with what all is going on right now on national television. There's plenty of other things to watch right now, and you guys are here watching this. So, A, I thank you. B, if you liked what you saw, like I said, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. The link is in the bio over there on YouTube. You will never learn more football than you do watching these things right there. I fully believe it, and I've got customers that back me up. Customer reviews. Y'all flood them right now. Y'all throw them reviews right now in the YouTube comments. If you are a patron of our Patreon account and you love what you get, throw that thing in there. Okay. Appreciate you, Daniel. Love you guys. Appreciate you all coming by. We will have Q&A tomorrow. Live Q&A session here. Same platforms. If you watch us on Twitter, that's great. YouTube, perfect. And we will have it up on Facebook as well. You know my boy SSL, always holding down for the OGs. Appreciate you, brother. Look, guys, those guys that are there, they love their content that they're getting. Sometimes I hear it's too much. So I'm just gonna brag on myself for a little bit, and that's what we're here for. We're here to, best $10 I've ever spent. Okay. The contents are coming through here. OG, worth it all the way. Can't get anything like it anywhere else. Appreciate you, Justin Nichols. So I'm saying the customer reviews on this thing are off the charts. If I had a Yelp page for my Patreon, it would be 5 stars. Okay. Something that Dan Mullen can't land in recruiting. Boom. I'm out on that one. Okay. We'll see y'all tomorrow night for the Q&A. We appreciate all you guys. Check out the Patreon. I'm telling y'all missing something if you ain't over there.